Welcome back, everybody, to the Dead Film Critics Society podcast. As always, I'm one of your co-hosts, Daniel Lang, host of Reviewing. Hopefully, I will have my Nope review out soon when you're seeing this. So I'll probably put the link to that, hopefully. And then we also have, of course, my beautiful co-host, as always, Aidan Billing. And, of course, we're about to put out another classic episode. But first, we are going to talk about some movie news before we talk about the movies that you guys are here to hear us review. But let's start off with Aidan, as always, because he's always got that, that mainstream
big blockbuster shit. Yeah, I'm your mainstream guys for sure. This man is the underground legend, but this is the best piece of news I've seen all week. Kung Fu Panda 4 has a release date confirmation. It's March 8th, 2024. And I couldn't be more excited because, unironically, those movies are pretty good kids animated movies.
Yeah.
Like, solid action sequences, pretty decent jokes, and Jack Black is, amazing as Poe. Mm-hmm. Like, his voice acting is just on another level. It's crazy. I'd say it's almost on par with, this might be a controversial take, but I feel like Jack Black's voice acting in these films is like nearly on par with Robin Williams as the genie. If I'm being honest with you, like just perfect voice acting.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I still think Robin Williams is better, but I think he's up there as well.
Yeah, I personally couldn't say. I haven't seen Aladdin actually.
You've never seen Aladdin?
Yeah, that's maybe my bad take is that I haven't even seen it yet. But yeah, no, I really enjoy Poe as a character in those movies. He's very memorable. And I think, Jack Black just plays him to perfection. Like, even knowing Jack Black and all the other stuff he's in, it's like, I just see Poe as Poe, and I think that's the sign of really good voice acting when, even though you're a celebrity, you can still put your voice and, become, a different character. And that's what every celebrity, every actor should be doing, but a lot of these animated stuff just throw celebrities and actors, and they barely change their voice.
They just play themselves, basically.
And, I don't know. I wouldn't be too surprised if it's just for Mario. Even it's just going to be a slightly altered version of Chris Pratt.
God, I hope not.
Annoying, but I don't know. Kung Fu Panda 2 was, I think, a movie that I distinctly remember watching in theater. I remember that movie. It very much did a good job of being borderline a nightmare film because I was scared by the villain and that whole backstory.
Yeah, that peacock is a menace. Bro,
yeah, it was affecting. I remember that it was intimidating, but not so much. Enough that I respected the character and the villain, but not so much that I was just a scared child. So for balancing, trying not to make your villain too much that it's gonna haunt your child or type thing, but also making it intimidating enough to be a threat to characters you're cheering for. I think it balanced that line very well. And films I don't know if I've actually seen the entirety of 3 yet. Maybe I have. I remember
I saw it quite a while ago. I don't remember a ton of it, to be honest. But I'll probably have to rewatch it.
The least memorable, but maybe I'll have to rewatch it before the 4th one comes out. But I'm definitely not opposed to this at all. And I think DreamWorks, this is a good project for them, considering, I don't know. I think with How to Train Your Dragon being done, Shrek being long done, it's not a bad thing that they're trying to continue this one. But obviously it would be cool if something like The Bad Guys could become a classic DreamWorks film, but when they're kind of putting out an original film, but it didn't really get to that level. Not that The Bad Guys is a bad film, I haven't seen it, but they could do better, but we'll have to see what they pump out in the future.
Alright. Okay, well, I think I have a couple more pieces. Let me just pull up my phone again. I want to thank Fandom for supplying me with my news. You guys rock. I don't know what type of company you guys are. I don't know how you guys make money, but, lots of cool stuff there.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mads Mikkelsen. I don't know if you heard about this. He played the new Grindelwald in, The Secrets of Dumbledore. What a dumbass title, first and foremost. But he's potentially hinting that Johnny Depp could come back as Grindelwald in like a future movie.
Okay.
Which I mean, like, it's a bit strange, I guess, because the only reason those movies are making money is because they're attached to Harry Potter, and from what I hear, they're incredibly mediocre. I have no interest in seeing them ever. No, I might watch it on an airplane if it's there, but that's probably the only time I'd really want to watch it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm also realizing that you're definitely echoing through my microphone, so I have to change that real quick. But before I change that, I saw the third one because a bunch of friends when I was in BC wanted to watch it, and it's like it's not boring. Like I was watching it in a theater, and I found it's at least like it was at least entertaining and like okay enough that I wasn't like falling asleep. But also doing that in a theater for me has not been done before. Like everything I watch in a theater feels like entertaining enough, at least with the big screen, the big sound, to like watch all the way through and not fall asleep to. But I don't know. It was probably one of the closer times I've been to. But also I was like, half the people that were seeing it didn't know what happened, and the person who really did care about everything Harry Potter thought it was a travesty to Harry Potter. So it's just like and it didn't do that well financially. I think realistically, even though there's a fifth one planned, there's probably only going to be one more, or they maybe hope that Johnny Depp coming back and like everyone loving him will be enough to skyrocket it to being a successful enough film to make a fifth one as they planned, it seems. But frankly, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen, really, because
probably not.
Even though a lot of people are obviously supporting him, I don't know. I think it might be one of those memes / internet support type of things that doesn't actually manifest into real dollars. So
you might be right there. I mean, considering what happened to Morbius, but that's a whole different story. I'm not saying that Johnny Depp is in any way on the same level as Morbius. That's the greatest movie of all time. But I mean, like with the greatest actor of all time, Jared Leto. Anyways, another one. This probably won't surprise you, but so I'm just taking a look at the top box office from this weekend, and Top Gun is back in the top 5. If you believe that, it's actually in the top 3, which is insane. Because when did it come out? End of May or something like that, and it's still chugging along. Look at that. That's okay. It'll be what it'll be.
I'm just gonna turn my audio on and off as much as possible to try to keep the echoing to a minimum, but inevitably I have to turn it off every time you start to talk. So, but even though we often end up talking over each other, but anyways, it's all right. You got anything else?
Yes, I do. Okay, hold on. Let me just pull it up again. Where's it? Oh, yeah. Viola Davis. She's just joined the cast of the Hunger Games prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. It's a strange title. But, I mean, I think that movie's going to be about, like, how they made the games, which I guess should be cool. But I was just wondering, because, like, it's been a while since we've seen, like, a YA-type movie. And, I don't know if this is going to fall under that category. I don't know if it's going to mainly focus on the adults creating the games or whatever, but like it's interesting that we're going back to this franchise, which kind of started that weird craze in the early like 2010s that has kind of just fallen off the map since then. I mean, it probably could be good.
Yeah.
It might be interesting to look back on all that stuff, but I don't know, man. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Yeah, maybe we're getting back to the times when, being a teenager was about killing other teenagers and not rebelling against... actually, it's always been about rebelling against adults. That's also what the Hunger Games is about. But, what was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, it is... Yeah, you do make a good point that a lot of YA, like that Divergent, Twilight, Hunger Games crowd, hasn't really gotten anything. Maybe because they think that generation has passed on. But, like, I think they obviously have enough faith in this because it's an IP. And I think the book itself was obviously successful enough. Like, people read it enough that they're gonna give this a movie. And like it has an interesting cast. I don't remember who's even like directing or writing it. Not that that ever really mattered with a Hunger Games movie. But yeah, having someone like Viola Davis is like, it helps, but like she's also been in like, and there's like, okay, it's Francis Lawrence who I think did the
first Hunger Games movie.
No, the last three. The only one he didn't do was the first one. He's not really a great director.
I mean, Catching Fire was... I thought Catching Fire was pretty good, though. I mean, that was probably the best one. Yeah.
That Michael Arndt's doing the screenplay, which is a little more hopeful because he has done The Force Awakens, Little Miss Sunshine, Toy Story 3. Like, he has some good stuff under his belt. He did do the Catching Fire screenplay, which is probably considered the best one. So, like, he's a good writer to have, you know, for someone who kind of makes, like, big studio films. It's a pretty decent writer. There's also the writer of Assassin's Creed and Macbeth.
Oh, no. Wait, which Macbeth?
Oh, the Michael Fassbender ones. Both Assassin's Creed.
I mean, I heard that one was okay.
Both directed by Justin Kurzel, who then he's made some smaller films since then, after doing his like more mainstream attempts with Assassin's Creed and Macbeth. But apparently he's also writing a Hamlet adaptation with Riz Ahmed set in modern London. I mean, that sounds like something the BBC would finance, but I don't know who's going to come up with that.
Yeah.
It's from the director of the
British people need to get some original ideas, bro. Stop milking the classics for real.
Yeah. From the director of the short film that Riz won an Oscar for. And I guess he won an Oscar for as well. So yeah, I don't know. This has some interesting actors. Tom Blythe is in it, who I don't care about. Rachel Zegler is in it though. She, as she deserved, got has a few bigger projects and bigger roles coming up with. She's in Shazam, Fury of the Gods. She's in this Hunger Games.
Isn't she playing like Athena or something?
And she's in Snow White. So like she has some good stuff coming. One of her co-stars in that movie of West Side Story is in this movie. Hunter Schafer from Euphoria is in it as Snow, which I think is a really good decision. I think she's probably going to kill that. So that's pretty cool. I think she's a great actress, and she also kind of proved that she is just a talented artist all around. She helped co-write a special episode of Euphoria, which I think was really good. What else? And then so Viola Davis has been in, like, she isn't someone who only really picks really good movies. Same with Peter Dinklage. I don't think it's really his fault. It's just it's not every day that there's a dwarf in a movie, like a more dwarf-like character. So like he's somewhat limited in that way.
I guess that's true. I mean, he's also just a phenomenal actor too.
He's a great actor. And I am very thankful that like a thing like Game of Thrones and a couple other things gave him, the room to express his very talented acting chops and obviously be recognized.
Yeah.
Jason Schwartzman,
he's one of the few American actors who can actually do a convincing British accent as well.
Jason Schwartzman's also in it. Like, I think this cast may be pretty pitch perfect overall. It has an interesting editor. The guy who worked on the last two Mockingjay films, but it's also worked with Terrence Malick in the early part of the 2010s, and also worked on The New World. So, obviously one of a few on each of those, but if it's a guy that, my Terrence Malick trusted a film, I'm sure he's definitely got some talent. James Newton Howard's coming back to do the music again. So, like, this could be... I don't expect this to be amazing, but, I mean, this is... I will probably see it. I listened to part of the book as an audiobook, I think at least the first half, but then once I realized it was only the first half, I was like, I don't know if I can listen to the rest of this, because it felt so long just to get to the first half of it. But obviously a movie has to be faster paced. So I think this could be a good YA movie.
All right. Well, I have one more piece of news before we get into your stuff. I wanted to quickly talk. There's a John Wick prequel series. I don't know if you heard about it. It's called The Continental, and it's going to be on Peacock in the United States. I don't know where it's going to be here. Maybe on Stars or something. I don't know, but I think it's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't mind like delving a little bit deeper into like the world of Assassins and like how all that shit works. You know, I just love the John Wick films. Like they're all just consistently upping the ante, but in a good way, not in like a Fast and Furious way where it becomes like more unbelievable, you know? So, what you doing? You looking that up or something, or? No, it's okay. It's okay.
But I'm looking up, where I think it seems Prime Video will probably get it. Because Universal Films are heading to Prime Video after their run on Peacock, so I wouldn't be surprised if that also goes for like TV shows.
Nice.
We'll have to see, I guess, but I guess it might be on Prime Video. That would make sense to me. That seems like a place where I'd expect. Because I think they also have all the John Wick films on Amazon Prime, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they do. I think I've seen a few of them on there. But I'll probably be going to see like one of them on but maybe I'll go see the final John Wick film in theaters or something. I think it seems like something I would want to do because I've seen the other ones strictly at home. So I'd prefer to see this last one on the big screen. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I think the same goes for me. I've seen the other three, I think, at home. So yeah, seeing the final. Is the fourth one? Is it supposed to come out the end of this year, or I'm trying to remember?
I think it might be next year. Let me have a look.
Yeah, March 2023 is when it's supposed to.
I quite like the poster they have for it as well. It's pretty sweet. Can't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I wish that he did this movie sooner, like more soon instead of working on the Matrix Resurrections. Because that shit was. That was so.
You did see that?
Was such a sweet movie. I did see it, yeah. I can't lie, man. I did not have a good time with that one. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely okay, but it was not worth the amount of time, and the story did not justify being there. And there were some moments where it was too on the nose. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen it?
No, I didn't see any of the sequels. I only watched the first one, which I didn't even love, frankly. So I was like, eh.
Well, there was like, what's it called? There was this moment in the fourth one where they were like talking. So in this new universe, right? There's another Matrix, okay, and basically, Neo is like a game developer in this one, and he still has visions of like his past life in the first Matrix.
I watched enough videos on it to get the basic premise, but also, no offense, but hearing it even from you is boring me out of my mind.
I mean, I know, but here's where it gets strange because like basically the game is looking to have a film adaptation, and Warner Bros is doing it in this universe, and Warner Bros is the person who makes the Matrix films, right? And then they're talking, and then they bring in what's her name, fucking Christina Ricci, to do this like one scene, and she's like a WB exec or something like that, and she's talking about, how there's been so much pressure to do more, after the last one came out, and that you don't want it to be another, you don't want it to be just a rehash, and it wasn't exactly like that. I'm just paraphrasing here, but it was very clearly the Wachowskis wrote that in there because of the fan expectations to make another one of these movies, right? It's one of those moments where it's like, it's not clever, it's just painfully on the nose and it's not cute at all. You know? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, because from what I remember, I think, yeah, a lot of that meta stuff was written because they were, like, Warner Brothers said they were going to make a sequel whether they were part of it or not. So then I think this is sort of a big FU to Warner Brothers in a lot of ways, to, like, just basically making it bad on purpose in some ways. But I guess good enough that they didn't, like... Because, I mean, I don't know. At some point, you don't have a choice. Obviously, it's like you... At least they had enough respect to not, like, go completely power-hungry and strip it away from... I think Lana directed it.
Yeah.
But like,
I also think it's crazy how they're both transgender now. There was the Wachowski brothers, and now it's just the Wachowskis. What are the chances of both twins being transgender? That's insane.
Crazy.
I don't think people talk about that enough, isn't it? Obviously, hey, no qualms with their sexuality, bro. That's all good. You know, I just think it is quite the coincidence, don't you think? Like, my goodness.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, they are a very unique pair. Having, like, you know, there aren't too many filmmaking duos, like, you know, people who direct movies together, let alone siblings. Like, actually, I mean, more of them are siblings who work together. I think, like, you have the Coen brothers, you have the Safdie brothers. That's probably about it. And I mean, they do kind of have their mark. Kind of not only being the only, like, one of the probably the most famous trans directors on Earth, I'd say. I think.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of any others who would be more.
I don't know I honestly don't know any others, to be honest. I mean, they're probably. I hope that maybe encourages more transgender people to, like, start directing films. But actually, let me take a look. Let me, like, search it up. Transgender.
They're also like the only like sisters who worked, like, yeah, I feel like they're one of the only female directing duos other than definitely the only sisters ones I can think of. There is actually one other pair who worked on Hawkeye, and it actually leads into my first piece of news was that Disney's making a Big Thunder Mountain movie. After the success of Jungle Cruise, they're making another movie based on a theme park ride. Which is, I mean, sure. It has the Bert and Bertie, who were directors on Hawkeye. There's no other news about this movie other than their negotiations to be the directors of it. They'll probably get someone famous to be in it, and I don't know, just more schlog, basically, stuff that, unless, like, these two are insanely talented, which I, like, they are probably very talented, and I don't doubt that their work on Hawkeye was good, but it's also, like, it clearly didn't make Hawkeye anything, like, great, or even above expectations, necessarily, so.
Yeah.
Not expecting too much.
I don't know, fair enough. But anyways, I just looked this up, and what's it called? Yeah, they're like the most well known ones, which is kind of crazy. The other ones are mainly just documentary directors, you know, of documentaries that not a ton of people have seen, which is crazy. They do count Elliot Page on here for some reason. I don't know what he's directed. What has he directed?
He might have directed a short film, maybe.
But I kind of feel like that hardly counts as qualifying as a director, you know.
A lot of actors
technically speaking, you know. Oh wait, no, yeah, he directed a documentary called "There's Something in the Water." Yeah. Oh, it's about what's it called? The First Nations communities and their water crisis. Interesting. Might have to check that out. Sounds cool. Anyways, should we get on to your news? I feel like we got a bit sidetracked there, but that is still crazy to think about.
That's fine. I mean, that's part of the podcast. If we can't talk about, you know, random sidetracks,
if we can't go on tangents,
what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Robert De Niro, Barry Levinson are doing a movie together. Barry Levinson most recently did Dope Sick, which looks primed to do pretty well at the Emmys as a limited series. But he's kind of a washed director, and I thought his directing was one of the weaker parts of the whole thing. frankly, but he's
What's he
playing.
done?
It's the
Who is he?
same. It's the author of the book that was the basis for Goodfellas. It's that author who wrote the script. But honestly, this feels like. I mean, I guess that's probably why Robert signed on.
Oh, he did Rain Man as well.
Yeah, but
and Good Morning Vietnam.
He's done a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah.
Also, he is the dad of Sam Levinson. They are indeed related. That is a father and
son.
Oh
yeah, I know. I knew he was a nepotism baby. I just wasn't sure who his father was because I recognized that last name. And yeah.
So
there you go.
It seems that it's about. There's no really like anything extra other than it's about two Italian mafia bosses in 20th century, which is like, isn't that every mafia movie? But then I guess the only thing that's unique so far about the premise that they've given us, other than it's the author of Goodfellas writing, which honestly feels like a little bit of a grab for money, which also feels like why De Niro did it. But also, De Niro's playing both mob bosses, so he might be trying to take himself out, or I have no,
What?
Maybe. I have no idea. He's playing both characters, though. He's playing both mob bosses, both Italian Americans.
Of course they're Italian Americans. My goodness. Next you're going to tell me they're Sicilian or whatever. I don't know. He likes to play Sicilian.
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Goodness. I guess we will, man. Fucking hell. Is it possible? I swear. Robert De Niro. He just loves his fucking mob movies, doesn't he? He's perfected that type of movie, hasn't he? He has that one tough guy performance. He kind of does a variation of in every mob movie he's in, where he's a reasonable tough guy, but he's a tough guy nonetheless. Unless he's in fucking what's it called? The Untouchables. That was when he played Al Capone. He was a bit of a madman there. He killed someone with a baseball bat at his birthday party. That was interesting. But anyways, tell me to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's been a while since he's just done a mafia movie. Obviously, like he's most well known for his stuff with Scorsese, and
The Irishman,
the best one with The Irishman and Goodfellas. But
yeah,
he's also and other than I guess also The Untouchables, but everything else is just schlog, which makes me think this will probably be just another one. But it has enough names with Robert De Niro, with the author of Goodfellas and Barry Levinson to get it funded. But other than that, I really don't think a film like this really gets funded these days. So if this movie flops, it might honestly cause the death of even more mafia movies. Because most mafia stuff, I think at this point, has to have connections to either The Godfather or Goodfellas, because the other thing that came out that was about the mafia was literally the making of The Godfather, like the Offer limited series with Miles Teller.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't know if these things will get made anymore, which honestly isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I don't think things like this are really good unless it's Martin Scorsese, which when he wants to make one, he'll make one, but with his age, I don't know if that's something he wants to return to, because The Irishman feels like it was kind of like his saying, okay, I'm done with, explicitly mafia kind of crime movies like that. Even though obviously his next film, Killers of the Flower Moon, will involve crime, but not so much the mafia. Unless, of course, you want to say that the FBI is the mafia, which in the 1970s and earlier they probably were. So that's up to
straight up
the viewer, I guess.
Some theorize that they killed Martin Luther King, but that's another story. Maybe if we create a conspiracy channel, who knows? Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, they definitely killed Fred Hampton, though.
Hey.
And a lot of members of the Black Panther Party. Anyways, that's not a
conspiracy. There's that
too. David O. Russell is a piece of shit, and his movie is getting... He has definitely been reported for sexual assault and being very weird with his how was it? Niece who is trans and being very weird about that. And it seems very true, but he still made a movie with Christian Bale, John David Washington, and Margot Robbie. It had a pretty sizable
Amsterdam,
budget.
right?
Amsterdam. I don't know if you saw the trailer for that. I didn't.
I did, yeah. I saw it with Nope.
By Lubezki. It's moving up a week, so they're dumping it in a more open weekend to hopefully recoup their money a little more.
Why isn't that doing well critically?
It hasn't come out. It's not going to any fall festivals, so it doesn't seem like it's trying to be an Oscar thing at all. Which,
why not?
For a movie like this,
David O. Russell loves that sort of shit.
He does, but I think at this point they know that if it goes to the Oscars, it's just going to bring up more bad press about, especially if he's in any type of talks to get nominated, that it's just going to be a bad light on the movie and on him, which he already has enough, probably.
Another career ruined. But then again, I mean, if he makes American Hustle, then, he brought it on himself, didn't he?
Yeah. I already didn't really like him as a filmmaker, so it doesn't surprise me that much that he's, he kind of sucks.
If what's it called? If Oscar Bate had if Oscar Bate has had a definition in like a film, dictionary, his face would be up there with all of his films as examples.
The new Academy CEO Bill Kramer has said that he would like to see all the categories presented during the live Oscars telecast, which is like logic, duh.
That's like the bare minimum, bro. Come on.
Literally the bare minimum.
It's their time to shine.
Hopefully he maybe actually like makes it available to stream and the like, to like actually make it a little more relevant again. There was a picture of Noah Centineo as Atom Smasher in Black Adam. It looks pretty funny. I don't know.
Please show me.
I gotta wait for it to come in focus. I think the lighting is just too bright on it. My screen's too bright compared to.
Can you turn the brightness down then? Maybe that might help.
This is a big monitor, so it's not available.
Okay, yeah, I'll just look it up. Hold on, let me take a look.
But it's pretty funny. He looks very out of place in it, honestly. And that's not just being mean. I'm just being real.
That's right, real.
Yeah, I'm real. I'm not fake. While you're looking for that, I'll quickly name off a couple other things. We got our first image of Sarah Pauli's film, The Women Talking. I'll quickly show the audience here. It has Claire Foy, Rooney Mara, and Jessie Buckley, and Frances McDormand, even though Frances isn't in this first image. Which is cool. The Rings of Power, the $1 billion Lord of the Rings series, will debut their first 2 episodes on September 2nd, which is pretty close, honestly.
Wow! Okay.
I know. It felt like forever ago when it was like, this is going to be $1 billion show, and I was just like, what the heck?
It better be good, man, honestly.
Yeah. And then it will switch to a 1 episode per week tradition, which, I mean, I really don't mind. I like that, honestly. I like the 1 week thing, because it's like, you don't have to watch it at that explicit time like cable TV, but then it's also like you don't have, binging it feels like, to me, it's like no one, I don't know.
It's a bit outdated.
Like, I feel like with how much, like, especially when you're working, binging something just doesn't feel like an option, so it's like, and then it gets kind of exhausting and a little weird just to, like, I don't know, watch different amounts of an episode, like watch 3 episodes when you have more time, and then wait 3 days, watch 1 episode, maybe wait longer than a week, watch another couple or whatever. But I like the nice balance of just like watching 1 episode per week. Like I really love that with Better Call Saul, which wrapped up yesterday. And I don't know if you've seen. Have you seen it?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Okay.
All I hear is good things. I see it being endlessly memed as well. Like, people
Yeah.
are making fun of that theme song, which is good, but like people are using it in the weirdest
It's
ways, and I'm so intrigued. I
yeah.
have to watch this
It
show.
is for sure one of my favorite television shows ever. Easily. Top. Probably top 2. It's either that or Atlanta. And I think it will depend on Atlanta's final season. Because honestly,
It
season
doesn't have.
3
There's not too many episodes in the season, is there?
was
Like, is
for Atlanta or
no,
Better
I was
Call
talking
Saul?
about Better Call Saul.
It's 10, I think, except for the
Oh,
final
that's
one,
fine.
which
No,
had
that's
13.
that's actually kind of chill. I think that's a good amount. I don't understand why TV shows like let's say like other cable TV shows are like trying to do this. Are still trying to do like the 22 episode format, which it's outdated. Like, we don't need filler. Just give us the good stuff. Then the show will be more fondly remembered.
Yeah, I mean, most, at least, I mean, there's some like CW dramas and stuff like The Flash that try to do that, but they're also with an hour-long show. At least most of these like 20 plus ones are like half an hour episodes, like Community, and I can appreciate.
Yeah,
like
okay. I mean,
20.
Community is one of the.
But that's because Community is just special. It's a special show. Most can't do what Community does. But yeah, again, I just like the week by week thing, and you should watch Better Call Saul immediately. Please do it. It is really good. It is on Netflix, and honestly, it might not be on Netflix for too much longer. I think they're taking off Breaking Bad at the very least, somewhat soon. So, yeah, do it while it's pretty easy too, because I really don't know where the streaming rights to that will head.
All right.
Top Gun Maverick will be getting its digital release on August 23rd after having a pretty unprecedented success at the box office. Like, I think easily the most successful legacy sequel ever. One of the most successful movies ever, technically, without adjusting for inflation, especially domestically, because, it still had, it appealed to worldwide. Because, I think it was probably a good move on the. I think the original idea they maybe had that it was going to be North Korea. That was the threat. But I think it was probably a good idea to try to take all the politics out of it and just say unknown enemy. And they don't do it in like a stupid way. They do it subtly enough where it's not like, oh, this is just because they're afraid of mentioning Russia or whatever. Which they were, but, they didn't make it stupid.
I mean, they should have made Russia the bad guys. Isn't this crazy? Like, Russia are the bad guys again. Like, and Top Gun is near the top of the box office. This really is like the 80s.
This is the 80s again.
Bro, like, for real, like, why is Russia just addicted to being, like, the bad guys, bro?
I mean,
like, for real.
I don't, yeah. At least the
Bro, first Putin steals his name from French Canada, and now he's attacking Ukraine. That's crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
Insane, bro.
Yeah, there's, again, the lighting will probably suck on this, but, oh yeah, this looks not good at all.
I can't see
but
that.
It was Rachel Zegler and Tom Blythe in a first image in The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and honestly, it looks like just an Instagram photo that any one couple would take even today. So, and honestly, Tom Blythe, his hair looks it's yellow and looks kind of dumb. Apparently Ezra Miller is maybe getting it together a little bit. He apparently did a public apology to everyone that I have alarmed and upset with my past behavior. And he now understands that he is definitely suffering a complex mental health issue and has begun undergoing treatment. I guess someone finally got through to him and said, you need to get your shit together or The Flash will never release. So maybe it will.
Okay, well, thank goodness for that. I mean, like, if they get their help, if they get the help that they need, then, I mean, that's good. I don't think it's going to undo some of the past wrong that they've done, because they've clearly done a lot. But, you know what? I really want to see that Flash movie. Bad press be damned. I think it looks really interesting, and, it might be the last remnant of the old DCU. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do after this, but I mean, like, you know what? If it's a solid movie, then it's a solid movie. At least I'll still have the Batman sequel.
Yeah.
So Matt Reeves is starting to write for that. People don't know. Well, I think you
even though it hasn't
already, but
yeah. I was probably gonna mention that eventually, but it didn't get greenlit officially, but he's writing it. He's basically like saying, Warner Brothers, I'm already writing it. The script's here. It's gonna be good. Give me my fucking money, and let's get this shit over with.
Yeah, I mean,
which I don't blame him for. Walmart Plus is apparently going to be a thing in the US, and apparently will be packaged with Paramount Plus. I don't know what a Walmart Plus program is going to look like. I don't really want to ask even. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be an American thing. I hope so. Because honestly, this just sounds like... I don't know.
I don't even know what to say.
Walmart represents a lot of stuff I don't like.
Is Walmart are they gonna make like a streaming service filled with their like what's it called? Training videos? That would be hilarious if that's what they're doing.
Maybe.
I would love that.
I don't know.
Like if a customer is aggressive, this is what you should do. Like I would watch those all day, man.
Employment.
Dude, corporate America and just like corporations.
To be fair,
making, like, those training videos are so funny.
Yeah,
have you ever seen any of them? They're so stupid. Honestly, every single one of them is stupid. Like you can't just get someone to train the people in person. You have to make a video with like bad After Effects. Like fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I mean, I think it somewhat makes sense that quick news thing that was pretty new is that Bob Odenkirk and Giancarlo Esposito, after Better Call Saul has ended, are now confirmed to get their own AMC shows where they'll be the lead.
That's cool.
Something called Straight Man for Bob Odenkirk. I'm pretty sure that's true. Yes, he is married and has children. And then Parish for Giancarlo Esposito.
It's actually Giancarlo, dude. It's Giancarlo. I've heard him say it in interviews. Because I wasn't sure how to say his name for a while either, but I just looked up him saying his name.
I see. All right.
Yes. It's an Italian name, though. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking hard to pronounce.
Giancarlo.
Yeah. Because I think he's half Italian or something like that. I don't know. But,
yeah. I mean, it's basically this Paramount Plus Walmart thing, I think, is basically... It's kind of like Amazon Prime in a lot of ways. Because they have video, and then they also have, like, the option, the...
Wait, I'm just confused, though. Are Walmart and Paramount affiliated? Like,
no, I think this is
are they owned by the same company?
No, I think it's just a deal, because it's Walmart a deal with Paramount Global. So it's just a deal, which obviously is a lot more complicated than Amazon just owning fucking everything. So it's under one little umbrella. This one, they have to shake hands to do that, and when someone's shaking hands, you can scratch the other, or you can get aggressive. While everyone under an umbrella just wants to stay away from the rain. That is the world saying that Amazon is bad, which is true a lot of the time. David Attenborough will get a BBC series called Wild Isles, focusing on some of Britain's flora and fauna, which should be cool.
Bro, if Richard Attenborough's not there, I don't want to watch it, to be honest.
Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet Curiosities will stream from October 25th to Halloween, apparently. Seems like I'll probably watch at least the first couple episodes. I mean, it's going to be an anthology, and apparently he tried to give the directors as much freedom as he could as the producer, because he didn't direct any of them. So, I don't know, I'm not a massive just pure horror fan. I will only watch horror movies that are either done by a director I trust already, or just ones that are, like, very much acclaimed, or kind of not straight up horror movies, because I think just being scared at the movies is lame, and that you should be scared for a reason. That's why Get Out kind of works, because you're scared because there's white people in the world.
Hey, what the fuck? What the fuck? Jesus.
Kendrick Lamar's We Cry Together short film, which I don't even know where that released at all, is apparently going to be eligible to be nominated for live action short film, which is kind of cool.
Bro, imagine if Kendrick Lamar had a fucking Oscar to his resume. That'd be sick.
I mean,
get the Pulitzer Prize for music. He's got a bunch of Grammys and he's got an Oscar. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Let's get into the films.
I guess I'll quickly talk about 13 Lives. I don't like.
Go ahead, bro.
Even though you did not see it. But
that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's just too fucking fun, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
I don't know how to block out that amount of time before I go to work. When I have to work out,
I guess. Animals. I mean, I watched it on the weekend, which I guess would be definitely tougher for you. But
Yeah.
I
gotta see my lady too. Can't forget about that.
Yeah.
Oh god, I heard that echo. Jesus Christ, that was bad.
Yeah. The pacing is not. This still has a very good score on IMDb, I'm observing, but only has like 20K watches, which is not great for. I guess the promotion didn't work enough. Like everyone who's seen this, like 7.8, pretty good at IMDb score. Like yeah, that's good. I did not give it a 7.8. It's well paced for sure. What did I write about this thing exactly? It's a 2022 film directed by Ron Howard, who is, I don't know. This is not a bad movie, so I think at this point he's just becoming more and more irrelevant, even though he's still an Oscar winner, I think, for directing. But it stars Viggo Mortensen, Colin Farrell, and Joel Edgerton. More of the first two for sure. They're definitely like the main characters, even though, I mean, they're not the main characters. What I wrote about this is that it's exactly what you expect from Ron Howard. They're like competent attempts at like using like filmmaking methods to create tension and drama, and like the same goes for the screenwriting. But like a lot of this film is really carried by the weight of the true story. Like there isn't any brilliance added to it, I'd say, and I think Viggo and Colin did their best, but I think their characters are really too thinly veiled when it really feels like it's focusing on the larger story in a way that I think in a situation that to document like this, I think this movie being longer would make even more sense in some ways if they really wanted to get into the characters. Because as it is right now, the rescue just works so much better as like telling you what happened, and this thing, even with 2.5 hours, feels like it only builds very small glimpses of who these people really are. Its character writing needs more time.
How is that possible? In 2 hours, 2.5, 2 and a bit hours, like that's.
I really don't know, honestly, other than it's like a decently long process of the opening of having the boys getting stuck in the cave, which takes like I think at least 20 minutes, 20 minutes, meeting our main characters who establish like who have to negotiate and figure out where they are for like 10-15 minutes, for them going in the cave and then going like, and then the Navy's SEALs also going in the cave and finding the boys after another 20 minutes. And then like them actually finding them, and then the aftermath of that. Like I don't know, all like this could have been. I think honestly, this story maybe works better as a limited series now that I'm thinking about it, because I think it would probably be absurd to try to do like a 3-4 hour film.
Because I mean, like we've seen this before. I mean, like I think it was a good decision to not make a Chernobyl movie, instead do a Chernobyl limited series. You get more time to spend with like.
And I think that would work for this. Now that I'm thinking about it, so I think this should have been a limited series, but I guess in theory, Ron Howard doesn't really do TV. And apparently neither does William Mickelson. Like the people who wanted to make this are film people.
I mean, it's not exactly. It's not really a movie though, because it's on fucking streaming, right? It's barely a movie.
I mean, it's 2.5 hours though, so I don't know. It's the finale of Stranger Things, I guess. But
I mean, if it's on streaming, just make it a fucking.
They did send it to movie theaters, and like this was originally going to be a movie theater movie, and it was in select theaters on July 29th. I don't know who actually saw it in theaters. I don't know. I haven't seen a confirmed human being on the internet who actually saw this in theaters. And honestly, it just looks like a more well-shot documentary. Like, it just looks like It just looks like the documentary, except obviously like scaled and set so that it's clearly narratively made. But it's not like particularly beautiful. Like, there's not a tone to this movie at all. Like, it's very set in realism, which obviously it should be realistic to some extent, but there's no cinematic edge to this thing at all. Like, I really don't think this thing as it is doesn't really have a purpose to be made. But then again, like I said, I don't think it's bad. There are like minor things where the screenwriter tries to like make it more Hollywood, more dramatic, give the some of the characters' arcs tap into themes of religion and community that are just kind of naturally part of the story, just them asking questions about like the statue and the prayers and the shaman that they have to lead them in prayers and stuff. But like,
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I'm glad I did not watch this movie. The way you are describing it,
yeah,
I know it's not your fault. You're just telling me exactly what you watched, but my God, that sounds excruciating to sit through, man. For real,
it wasn't.
Especially if you've
the way I'm saying it, but it wasn't.
Seen the documentary.
I'm just saying that this is a pretty empty movie that's definitely entertaining enough, though, to like, I think, yeah, like I said, it has these things that help pad its runtime, like trying to tap into some themes and some character arcs to pad its 2.5 hour runtime while telling this massive story. And it is like crowd pleasing enough to I can understand why it had some of the highest audience test scores. But also I can see why Prime didn't completely commit to making this an Oscar contender and trying to make this more like something that everyone would watch this weekend on Prime, which I guess they didn't do enough. Because I don't think it really succeeded in that manner. And like I said, it's still definitely entertaining, and like you can tell they cared enough to put some thought in it, attempt to like add something to it beyond just the story. Yeah. And like I said, the look of the movie was clearly just a Ron Howard directional choice, because the cinematographer, his name is Mukti Pram, he has made some really good stuff in realism, but he also worked with Luca Guadagnino on Suspiria, which is maybe one of the least real-looking, more realism movies for at least most of it. At the end, it's just not real at all. But, like, it clearly is just supposed to be the locations in place and the cave it really was in. And I really think it's just a watered-down version of the real event, which I think definitely was captured better in the documentary, where it's raw footage and same kind of idea, because both of these movies just end up recreating the cave stuff. Like, obviously, they couldn't film that while they were doing it for the most part. But, you know, I joked that it might match Green Book's IMDb score, and I think that might have been true if Prime I guess not enough, simple white families just families in general. I don't know why I said white. I'm becoming way too racially charged and dividing today. Watch this, and so
What are you trying to say? Okay.
I'm not trying to say. I had like
no, that's okay, don't worry.
Trying to check the demographic thing on IMDb. Apparently, females above 45 give this an 8.4. The 720.
That's a strange demographic.
Interesting. But I mean, 720 did watch it, which is more than the 18 to 29. This is more. The most where people watched it was everyone 30 to 44, but particularly males 30 to 44 at 5,179. Oh, actually, no. Well, no, that's all 8. Never mind. I'm stupid. That was the demographic that watched the movie this most. Was males between 30 and 44, which I'm like, that makes sense. And I guess just not enough people watched it, so. US users also gave it a 7.9 average compared to non-US users, who apparently watched it more, by like 3 times more, which is a little bit weird. So.
Well, there you go.
Maybe I'm wrong about IMDb having a US bias, because so much of its top 250 is like American film classics, but also like in the word classic, it just means they were like pretty acclaimed and pretty well regarded when they came out, and maybe are less so, like a Forrest Gump, for example, which is like number 25 or something.
I still enjoy Forrest Gump.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad movie at all, but
I think if it came out today, it maybe would not have been as much of a phenomenon as it is. But I mean, like, considering how many, it has in some ways stood the test of time. I mean, like, it is kind of timeless in that way. I like how he goes through history. I mean, he's got a lot of iconic lines in that film, right? It's I think you could probably put anyone in front of that and they'd like it. be honest. I don't know many people who would say like they wouldn't want to see Forrest Gump.
All right, I'm actually gonna pull.
They've never seen it before.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. 6 out of 10. Because again, I watched the whole thing, so it wasn't boring. But so I'll give it that. But it also wasn't, and it wasn't terrible, and it wasn't like bad funny. Because you can't really, it can't be really bad funny when it's talking about something this serious. But it also really doesn't do anything more to make it more than a 6. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Yeah, unfortunate how this movie. People thought this could be like a TIFF, People's Choice contender. Oscar Best Picture nominee, and that's just not gonna happen. But what I do have something. I think I got Jason actually. I texted him and I was like, "Hey, you want to hop on the episode?" And he said yes. So we're gonna actually hop into
surprise guest.
Yeah, surprise guest, first ever surprise.
Oh my goodness!
Returning guest, I believe. We're gonna have Jason, the legend himself, because he watched Prey with Aidan, and we're gonna have him on the show right now. We're gonna talk about Prey to wrap up this part of the show, and yeah, so I'm gonna head to that call real quick. I'm gonna start it right about now.
Jason.
All right.
Go. Hey.
What's up?
Not much.
Man.
This is a fucking surprise.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to see you tonight, bro. But we're gonna talk about Prey.
Yeah.
Because you watched it with me. Do you remember? How much do you remember about that one?
Oh, no, I remember don't ask me about names of characters because that I can't remember. But I remember pretty much all.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah. Oh, Aidan. Movie extra. There we go.
Yeah. Welcome, Jason. Guess what? You got to be our first ever surprise guest on the podcast. Usually, we've always announced them.
Hey.
We usually drag them through our news and stuff that non-movie people usually would probably mostly fall asleep to, unless, of course. I mean, did you know that Kung Fu Panda 4 is happening?
What?
Well,
huh?
Yeah, no, right?
What?
Yeah.
But they're perfect end of the story. They're making a series for them. What more do they need to do with it?
I don't know, but they are doing something with
I
it.
need more Juicy Panda. Give it to me, please. I want more.
Oh
man.
I mean, that's what the series is for, Aidan. You watch that, that should be good. We don't need a 4th movie. They perfectly ended it up.
The kids need it, bro. They need it more than
the
us.
kids. It's true though. The kids do need it. Honestly, when I announced that this movie was happening at camp, because I did a little news segment, the kids went pretty wild for it. Easily the most cheered for news item.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, you do news at your camp?
Yeah, I sometimes do a little morning news thing, trying to keep the kids informed on my own.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Have you discussed the war in Ukraine with them? I'm just curious about that.
No, I try to keep it more lighthearted, considering I'm pretty sure they hear the more downtrodden news either on the internet or wherever.
No, fair enough. Jason, I think I cut you off, man. Sorry, what were you trying to say?
I can't remember, honestly.
Shucks. Sorry
it was just me trying to make a witty remark.
Okay. Well, you are known for those, that's for sure.
Oh, yes.
It's your thing, bro.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, wait, Jason, this is unrelated to this, but are you free Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
Do you want to come clubbing with me and Aaron?
Sure. Okay.
Alright, there we go. Her new boyfriend might be there as well. Daniel, Daniel, sorry, I should ask. Are you free on the Lord's Day? Do you want to come clubbing with us?
It isn't your rest.
No, I'm camping this weekend, so nah.
Shoot.
Bring a disco ball into the forest. Have your own club.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hear some shit blast from his tent our God is an awesome
This is why Jason can never meet up with our friends from high school, is because he's constantly clubbing with Aidan and everybody. That's correct.
No.
I'm joking. But this is the stuff that Jason doesn't tell us. He just goes silent.
We're either gonna go to the Villager fucking kicks.
Okay. I mean, okay. I mean, I haven't gone close.
Yeah, it should be fun, dude. Anyways, shall we? Let's discuss Prey, which is, of course, about a sexual predator being hunted by a predator.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they should do that for. Imagine if they did that for a Predator movie. Dude, that shit would be so fucking funny.
Well,
the Predator is now the prey. Oh my
god. Oh my god.
Make a Me Too comedy.
And they have like a yandere after them. Oh my god. They have like a yandere. Just someone's like,
empowering
Predator,
women through comedy.
why'd you leave me? Oh my.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'll introduce the movie, even though I think I probably have the least to say about it. It is Prey. It is with the same, based on characters from Predator, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, John McTiernan directed movie. This movie is from 2022. It is directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who made 10 Cloverfield Lane. Written by Patrick Asen, based on a story by both him and Trachtenberg, and of course based on the characters by Jim and John Thomas from Predator. Stars Amber Midhunter, Dakota Beavers, Dane DeLidrio, and Stormy Kipp. Yeah, this is the most popular movie on IMDb. It has 101,000 reviews. Ratings, on IMDb, which is a lot more than The Rescue. So this is clearly, that's 5 times.
They should release this in theaters, bro. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, like, I will say, this movie is like by no means a masterpiece, but this definitely deserved a theatrical release. Like, let's be real here. Like, it's the summer of '80s throwbacks. Like, what's better than Predator and Top Gun in the same year? Like, come on, they should put that in theaters.
I mean, 80s action is definitely making a comeback, for sure.
Yeah.
And action movies this year have been pretty good, between, like, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Top Gun, this movie. There's a couple other things. But the quick premise here is the origin story of the Predator in the world of the Comanche Nation 300 years ago. Naru, a skilled warrior, fights to protect her tribe against one of the first highly evolved predators to land on Earth.
Yep.
And yeah, that is the movie. I mean, this poster makes the Predator look pretty big, which...
I mean, he's like normal size.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's just a tall human male, basically, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it's good, though. They actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but the Predator suit in this one is actually not CGI.
Yeah, no, I saw a clip. I think I saw I saw a clip of that. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a big 6'9" dude wearing it, actually. He used to play basketball in Europe.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, thank God. I mean, like, you know, because I think the last Predator movie, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was called The Predator. It was, like, directed by Shane Black. Like, they had CGI Predators, which I heard people didn't like.
No, I don't think people like that movie. And, yeah, the practical approach definitely made it a lot better, I think. Yeah, I mean, this is a movie I think really, like, understands well, like, just how to make a decent monster movie, like Noah kind of was, in the same way that it's about characters and their struggles, like, because obviously this, you know, this girl is first dealing with how to, like, just hunt, and then all of a sudden has to hunt a freaking, you know, something that literally no one can kill, it's also invisible half the time, so, yeah, quite the accomplishment, and yeah, it works. It's like, why something like Alien vs. Predator I don't think did very well is because it's not really about the the monsters themselves aren't that interesting. It's about how the monsters, you know, make the characters react, and this is what this movie was about. And I think that's portrayed very well in the story and the acting and the action and how it was shot and everything like that.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I mean, I think me and Jason, we can both agree that we had a fun time watching this. I mean, like, it was a bit slow at first. We were just eating hot dogs on my couch.
I would agree, yeah.
And starting to fall asleep, but then the Predator started killing people, and then, like, I was like,
think, for me, I kind of like the part where it ramped up, because I'm also one of those weird people I read the book Frankenstein, and everyone hates the beginning section where he's trying to build the monster. That was literally one of my favorite parts of the book.
Huh.
Is him getting all the parts and everything to make his monster. And it was the same thing for me. I just love the build up. Bless you. I love the build up that we had with it, which slowly but surely the Predator does more and more kills until finally, of course, he starts killing everything in sight.
I like that part, but I think the beginning parts with like the Comanche tribe are slightly boring.
Yeah, yeah. They could have done.
I do like the main character. I can't quite remember her name, but I mean not the actress playing her, but her character name. But I mean, I think her character arc is pretty good. You know, we see. It's kind of cool how they set up the ending at the beginning where she gets trapped in that bog and she finds a way out, and then she uses that knowledge to kill the Predator, which I think it was pretty excellent. I mean, it's screenwriting 101, you know, set up and payoff, but I mean, like, it's still pretty satisfying, you know. I think that was pretty sweet. I did not, because I don't know. I feel like a scene like that in like a lesser movie would just not have been addressed again, you know, in some interesting way, you know, because I thought that's what they were going for. I thought it was just another struggle for her to overcome, but no, she learned from it, which was pretty sweet.
See,
learning.
I think for me, like,
yes,
learning, great. I think for me, the only thing I truly care about a movie, especially if it has action in it, is how good the action is. That is what can truly make or break a movie for me. And this film, I think they did an excellent job with the action. It was not too fast, where you can't see anything, where they're swinging it randomly and you see nothing. But at the same time, it wasn't so slow that they're like, there's no way this can happen. It was quick. It was fast enough that you could get into it and see that this real fight, and that I think it helped that they had an actual person instead of a CGI monster, because now you're physically actually hitting someone or have something to see. Whereas before you're like seeing, maybe, I don't know how they did the other ones, but probably just some guy with some stick with like some shoulder pads or a human on top of him. Like, it's really way harder to get into the feel than if you have an actual person. So I think they did an excellent job with the action.
I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Honestly, that's right on the money right there. I think especially like when the Predator's just like soloing all those like French, you know, expeditionaries, like that shit was crazy. Like, you see that shot where like there's a lot of screaming and the horses just run out with nobody on top of them.
Yeah,
and they're all freaking out. Did you see that one tool he had? It was like a net that like compressed that guy into nothing.
Yeah,
that was crazy. Jeez.
Yeah. And also, just again, his tools are just insane. Like, they literally just did the perfect thing with alien killing technology just to make it next level. Because it's like stuff that we could never, of course, make. But if we're far off in the future, then maybe any of this stuff could happen. And it's just so cool what they come up with, like the compressing net. Or I liked when he dropped his gauntlet and he released like those 3 bombs. Like, I'm just like, oh god, what the hell's gonna happen? And then that happens. I'm like, so cool. Explosions.
But I also like how they showed that, you know, it's still like in the past, the Predators they don't have their newer weapons now, so it's basically just like a magnetic crossbow in some ways, like that he had to shoot at people, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. It does show that there's going to be some progression later, because I mean, I feel like something with like the Star Wars prequels, the technology does seem more advanced in the prequels than it does in the original, which a lot of people complain about. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but yeah. So it's nice to see a little bit more continuity there with the technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the main actress is also pretty good. Amber Midthunder, that's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing a pretty good job. I quite liked her. She surprisingly brings a lot of physicality to the role. She doesn't seem that huge, but like, she's definitely tough in this film, that's for sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I think my favorite part of the promotion around this movie was unintentional, because I remember just being on Twitter and seeing Barry Jenkins like tweeting about what his thoughts while watching the movie, which were just pretty funny. I'll read a couple of them.
What did he say?
But just another thing. I think this movie's pretty well shot. I mean, it was shot in Canada, and specifically in Alberta.
Yeah, it's Alberta. Yeah,
like,
I thought that's.
Yeah, I don't know. usually stuff shot in Canada, especially in those areas, automatically pretty much look better. Like anywhere in, the wilderness.
Yeah, we just have superior landscapes here.
Superior landscapes, superior lighting, I think, honestly.
No bias here, guys, okay? Just Canada's all the best land ever. There's no question.
Imagine if they made Nomadland in Canada. That would have won Best Cinematography.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, because Canada just is way more sparsely populated than the United States. You'd probably find even weirder people just hanging out in the middle of nowhere.
That's true.
That would be crazy.
I'm pretty sure there are definitely a good community of nomads around. Even though some Americans are fucking wild. I don't know. Like, American nomads. But, okay, I'm going to find it. I'm going to find this Twitter thread that I was reading, but the cinematographer is interesting. He's done like some decent stuff. He did the pilot for The Boys, the TV show. He did 10 Cloverfield Lane with Dan Trachtenberg. He also did this movie that I forgot existed, but I guess it did, like Office Christmas Party, which is a really bad adult comedy. One. I honestly forgot this existed. It has Jason Bateman, DJ Miller, and Olivia Munn. I just can't. It's insane that this exists to me. That's just just one of those dumps of a comedy movie.
Jennifer Aniston's in that one too. It was a pretty well-known cast, but it was. I remember when I was younger, I really liked it because I thought it was like it's edgy. I'm watching an R-rated comedy, and I was like,
yeah. And like some other, Randall Park was in it. Because I guess. Like I know a lot of names from this cast, like Divine Joy Randolph, Sam Richardson, Courtney B. Vance, Kate McKinnon. Like I know Rob Corddry I recognize from Community. So yeah, like, but I just it's insane to me that this movie exists. Like Prey is a movie that Barry Jenkins has been pushing a lot. I'm trying to remember, where's the Twitter thread? The first one was him saying, "This scene in Prey - she beat dude ass. I mean, she beat him down. The girl is tough. Only 40 minutes in, so I mean her brother's homeboy, not the Predator. Cannot wait to see her tangle with Predator." Then says, Dan Trachtenberg is using focus so damn well in this film. This is a lean, mean, impressive bit of filmmaking. The craft is on point. That was impressive. Just a very clean bit of choreography - pulling the frame, using width and camera momentum. Like, I noticed some of that at the beginning of the film. And then the upside of a streaming-dominated industry, we get someone bold enough to conceive Prey. The downside, 15-year-old me cannot take a bus to the mall and see Prey. Maybe too heady, but the Predator with its technological advantages and unfair warplay. This is a visual genre excavation of manifest destiny. I need to do more reading on the Comanche. I'm not well versed, but if that's what this watch leads me to, how about that? And then his final thing was, this was very satisfying. So.
That's quite the interesting twist right there.
But his first tweet obviously gets your attention,
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I mean, this is pretty good. That's a reasonable reaction to the film, I think. Yeah. I mean, the good ending, it's good that she finally got the respect from her, tribesmen, because, she was kind of being dissed because, she was a girl, right? I mean, now she's a woman by the end of the film, which is good, you know.
Good stuff.
Yeah. But anyways, do you guys want to score, or do you have anything else you want to say about it?
Jason, you got anything you want to throw out?
One last thing. I think something for me, like one of the coolest things for me is when, near the beginning, when that Predator first came down, there was one scene where they had an ant, like, crawl all over him when he was invisible. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. Great way to show, like, his invisible technology and how it works. What I wish for is, like, a couple seconds afterwards, they have a snake going after a rabbit. Yeah. And what I just really wished is that when the snake went after the rabbit, it would have accidentally hit the Predator, because he's invisible, and so the snake's not expecting him, so he just smacks right into him, and he's confused as hell, then the Predator kills him. I thought that would have just been insane, and I was so hoping that would happen, but they missed on it, and I'm so sad because of that. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
One regret I wish it had. I thought this would have been so cool for me. I would have been like, yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I probably would have laughed, actually.
But I think this is...
Yeah, I mean, definitely would have been a good moment.
Overall, I'd say it's a good thing that we're maybe complaining about the smaller, like, different ways they could have directed and done some of these action set pieces, rather than
it's a very competent film. I think it injects new life back into this franchise.
At least we can be specific about it, and not just remember a mess of a film.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the last few Predator movies haven't been exactly been, great.
Yeah, I mean, most people are saying this is the best since maybe the actual Predator movie, so...
Yeah, but a lot of people have been saying that. I still haven't seen the second Predator movie, actually. I should watch that one, but... Yeah.
Alright, well...
I'm going to give this one... I'll probably give this one like a 7 out of 10. Or maybe a 6.5. Maybe a 7, actually. I'll stick with 7. Yeah. Why not? I enjoyed it. I had a good time. What about you?
Yes. Oh, should I go over?
Yeah. You're the guest, bro.
Yes. So for me, I'd say I give it a 7 as well. Like, it's a good movie. Like, if you're going to a movie theater or anything, and you were to see this film, you'd be happy. It's nothing extraordinary. It's nothing incredible, but still something good. You go to a movie, watch, and have a great time. That's what this film is.
Amen to that.
No, good stuff. I give it a 6 as the narcissistic critic channel.
As expected.
6 out of 10 is back on the menu, boys.
Here at the Dead Film Critics Society, we respect each other's opinions.
Except when it's wrong.
Except when it's wrong.
He gets it, Jason. Yes, gets it. Anyways, shall we do our... Do you want to do our Metacritic thing now, dude?
I think this would be a good time to do that. Jason, I don't know if you want to stick around for this. I don't know if you got better things to do with your life. But what me and Aidan are about to do, basically, and I guess I can explain to the audience while I explain to you. It's nice to explain to a real person. Is that I have assembled... This time I think we're going to add TV shows into the mix. So basically, in the fall, in the winter, early winter months, there are a lot of movies that are particularly going for Oscars. And TV shows that, well, not as many of them are going for Emmys, but good TV shows. And so we're going to predict, but, lots of big names, a lot of big name directors and actors. Some that, usually seem like they have a better chance of being something that critics will enjoy. Also certain subject matter, it seems like critics may be more harsh on them or maybe more likely to love. So we're going to try to predict what will have the highest overall score, based on what we know about the directors, actors, everything involved, the story premises that we have for these movies and TV shows, and then see who has the best overall lineup at the end of the year. We did it for... Did we do it? Yeah, we did it for last year's fall.
I still have not been pied in the face.
And I won. He still has not been pied, as he should be. We will justify that at one point.
Okay, we'll work on that. See, I would love to do that, but the problem is I don't think I have enough qualifications to do any of it.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
You're welcome to just observe, dude, and make comments on our decisions if you like.
Sure, okay.
And maybe I can introduce you to a couple films you didn't know were coming out, because, I don't know, that's kind of what I like to do, usually. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen of the list I have. I think, based on how many movies do I have here, if I list them all, if I put them into a list, can I do that real quick?
I'll do a quick research on this side.
26 films I think I have listed here. 26 films, and then how many TV shows do I got listed here? Actually, one of these already has a Metacritic score. So maybe I should...
We'll share your screen. Let's see what we got.
We'll decide.
And then
the jury...
I have 12 TV shows. So I don't know if we want to divide all of them necessarily, but let me go ahead and share my screen. I mean, we could, because I don't know why not. Because this is almost everything that's coming out. At least, I think this is everything that doesn't have a Metacritic score yet. Because there's some stuff that actually... No, some of this does have a Metacritic score. And I should be honest with that, because I know some of these have decent ones already.
I'm definitely not picking Bullet Train, but I still want to go see that one, actually. Yeah.
No, it's clearly going to be an incredible film. So much drama, so much. It'll be like
Actually, my brother saw it.
Reincarnated.
My brother saw it. He said he had fun with it. So I mean,
shit.
like,
I didn't realize it was this bad. Okay, well, this movie literally won the Palme d'Or. This won the biggest prize in Canada as a 68.
Yeah, it was overrated. Some of these.
It's true though. Cannes critics are fucking. They're even more narcissistic than me. Well, except for this movie, but that's how you know they're a bunch of, you know. That's when you know they're pretentious.
Okay.
Triangles.
Pinocchio's coming out. That's right.
Pinocchio.
Actually, I'll keep in that case because this. They also go. I will say this only because I've observed it. And I don't think it's fair. Is that they are pretty easy on like TV comedies. Those easily get like the simple like. Even when I don't think they're amazing, they get pretty generous scores on IMDb overall. Like this newest season of Reservation Dogs, which I don't know if you've seen any Reservation Dogs yet. Taika Waititi made it. It has a 93 for season 2, which is only one less than Better Call Saul season 6, which is kind of insane to me, honestly. But yeah, so season 2, I'll just put the score 93. So that would be the easiest pickup ever.
Okay.
So. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Because, well, I could take away one of these shows and then we could divide it evenly, potentially. But...
Okay.
I mean, since you won the last one, how about you pick first?
No, I think I should do... Honestly, we should do the opposite. I want, not to be cocky, but, I think it's okay if I give you a little bit more of an edge, considering last year's results.
I actually, just because my movies didn't have a high Metacritic score doesn't mean they weren't any good. All right, just saying. Let's see. I think
House of Gucci. I think you had House of Gucci. I don't know if you saw that, but
you know what I did. You know what? Honestly, I had too much faith in Ridley Scott. I should have known better. Like 2 movies in 1 year is too much. That's my fault.
This is a different one. This is the same one. Hold up. Where's last year's?
Yeah, bro. Wait. Why are we going back to last year's, bro? Let's just pick. Come on.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
List of people in Squid Game. What is that? Jesus.
Oh, that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that's old.
You also don't forget. You also dragged us to the Green Knight, by the way. That was a strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's a good movie.
Dude, my girlfriend was so upset at me after that because she came with us, right? Well, she wasn't that upset, actually. She was just she was confused as fuck. She had no idea what the hell she just watched.
My brain literally hurt.
My justification in my brain is maybe you would have unlocked something in your brain in a way thinking you wouldn't have had before if you didn't see it. And it's worth it to take that risk. And instead you... I guess. Okay, Jason, shut up. You took 2 hours of your time to experience something unique, and maybe you didn't understand it and thought it was dumb.
It was pretentious. It was pretentious.
It's not that. It's not pretentious.
It's a bit. It is pretentious.
It's not that pretentious.
Jason, would you say it's a bit pretentious?
It's pretentious as in that an artist. It's like Picasso work. Like it's very simple. But people always look at it and can find something deep about it. That's what Green Knight is.
Yes.
You look at
it. You get what you put into it, I'd say. And if you don't put anything into it...
I went in there with an open mind.
I would say that. It's not like some other films, I'd say, where it's a little more... I think, the effort you put into thinking of it is what you get out of it. If you just stop and say it's pretentious, then, yeah. It is.
I went in expecting an action film. I came out confused out of my mind of what I just watched. That's what happened.
Yeah, man.
Didn't I show you? Didn't I give you the trailer to look at? Did it really make you think it was going to be an action film?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well.
Interesting.
You know what? This is the risk I get for being such a
Let's go.
cinephile. Anyways, let's stop dilly. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Dilly-dallying. All right.
I say you get first pick.
You want to pick first?
No, you get first pick.
Reservation Dogs.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take away. Actually, hold up. Okay, I can take away this, and now it's gonna be even because Undated is not a movie. as much as that might hurt some feelings. Okay, I'm going to pick... Wait, man, I should have thought about this. You have a guaranteed 90... What is Rick and Morty? Man, I feel like Rick and Morty doesn't get that... I'm going to pick Abbott Elementary, Season 2.
Hey, that's a good choice, actually. I think that's
I feel like there's no way this doesn't get at least an 80. Because it's a comedy, it got a full second season. It's a good show.
Quite a bit.
I think critics will like it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're probably right there. It's a good fucking show.
Okay.
All right, now let's see. You know it's. Ooh. You know what? My last Marvel pick backfired with Eternals, but because it's Ryan Coogler, and I think they're gonna do this one justice for Chadwick, I'm gonna have to go with Black Panther 2.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what?
Please,
I'm gonna
Ryan,
do the respectful thing and
Chadwick needs this film to be good.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna do the respectful thing and leave you the 88 potentially, in favor of the White Lotus season 2.
Are you gonna pick something?
Yeah, the White Lotus season 2. I picked.
What? Did you? Oh, White Lotus. Okay.
Yeah.
White Lotus. Hold up.
Let me bold.
I'm gonna literally be looking at all these shows.
Okay.
White Lotus.
Cool.
White Lotus.
Oh,
you can
how
Google.
fun! Oh, this. Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, I wouldn't go for that, but...
Coming out on Remembrance Day, too. That's crazy.
Oh!
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
Screw the veterans, bro. I'm gonna go see fucking Black Panther. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I think...
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be one of those films that... Yeah, it's gonna be one of those films that either...
Man.
It lives up.
Wow.
Why did I just say that?
Wow. Aidan, that's gonna be recorded. That's gonna be on YouTube forever now. How much you disrespect our veterans.
You know what? Canadian soldiers are nice. They're way better than American soldiers because Canadian soldiers, to my knowledge, have not massacred entire villages. They covered it up. So, yeah.
The police.
All right, let's see here.
Anyways.
Don't ask an American soldier what he was doing in Vietnam in the jungles, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
Dying?
Okay.
Fighting for their country. Come on.
Where was the village? Where's the village? What village? That's what he's going to say. He's not going to... Okay, anyways. I'll pick one. I'll stop dilly-dallying myself. You know what? I'm not going to be cheap and choose one with already a score. Let's see. You know what? Just because I know you want it, Daniel, I'm going to go with the Fablemans.
Oh, motherfucker. Okay. I figured you might do
that.
that.
That one quicker.
I figured
you got that one quicker, bro.
I mean, I think there is a world where it doesn't do amazingly critically, because Steven Spielberg isn't a critical darling these days. So I'm gonna.
West Side Story did pretty good critically.
It did very well critically. You get like a 85, 87 something. But I'm gonna go ahead and take what I think is almost guaranteed to be a critical.
But those box office numbers, though.
Those box office numbers will not be as good on this film. But I'm gonna take Women Talking by Sarah Polley, which has Rooney Mara, Frances McDormand, Jessie Buckley, and Claire Foy. I'm pretty sure their films together probably have at least an 83 average. So, and Sarah Polley's films have like an 80 average. So I'm gonna take this, and this could be the highest. I don't know. This could fail. This is definitely not like the most surest thing. But I think this honestly could have. If any film could get 100, it might be this. Honestly, considering what else we have here, because I feel like everything else will easily anger someone. This is something that could get all the critics to just be like, this movie's a god, basically. This movie was sent by God.
Alright. Oh wait, hold on. Atlanta's on Disney Plus. I might have to go watch that at some point.
It probably will take a little bit of a while, because like it comes out like season 3 came out like a few weeks after the full season wrapped up. So you probably will. I don't know. Have you seen the other seasons of Atlanta?
No, I have not. I need to watch them.
Well, you can watch those on Disney.
I have a lot of things I need to watch, man.
Yeah.
There's so many things.
Always something to watch.
But anyways, yes, that's true. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go with a TV show now. I'll probably pick Atlanta, season 4.
Okay, yeah.
Seems like a safe.
That's actually fuck. I should have taken that. Fuck.
Bro, I'm getting all the good ones.
Dang it, man. I really should have taken this, because honestly, even though literally their weakest season, potentially, like, their weakest season, this thing has a 90 average from its 3 seasons so far. I mean, look at this fucking scores. 93, 97, and 90. So, like, even if this is the worst, it'll probably still have at least an 85. Man.
What are you doing, Daniel? This is like the second pick.
I know.
Daniel!
I'm fucking this up. Oh, shit.
Dropping the ball like
I am dropping the ball on this, man. Okay, I need to pick another TV show. I think we should... You only... How? Okay, wait. We have... I guess one person... You have max either 7 or 6 TV shows. Because I think the TV shows ones are generally
easier. It's nice that you put She-Hulk there, like any of us were actually going to choose that. That's really cute.
I mean, I think we're going to try to draft all of them, so eventually someone will have to take She-Hulk.
Fine.
I'll take it for you.
I mean, I don't know. It's either that or Bullet Train.
I don't think it's... I think it's just going to be okay.
I think She-Hulk has a better chance to have a higher score. I think it's almost guaranteed to have a better score than Bullet Train, unless it's just absolute garbage. Unless it's, like, worse than Eternals by a decent bit. I'm gonna go... I'm trying to remember if Rick... I'm not gonna cheat and look up if Rick and Morty generally gets good critic scores, because honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna go... But it's also... Fuck. I don't know what critics think of Dan Harmon.
I'll do it.
Give me a second. No, don't do it. I'm picking Lord of the Rings. Don't do it. I'm gonna pick Lord of the Rings.
I'm gonna do it.
A $1 billion show made about something that, you know... Because the Lord of the Rings movies are very well critically liked. Obviously, this could be like The Hobbit, which probably had pretty mid to lower good ones. But a $1 billion show better get at least a 70. Or this is a fucking scam.
Yeah.
Alright, you're up.
Alright. So you picked the Rings of Power. That's not a bad choice. I mean, like, considering its price tag, it like you said, it better be good. But let's see. You know what? I think I'm gonna throw a bone to my buddy Brendan Fraser. I'm gonna go with The Whale. I'll take that.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about a man who eats himself to death.
Yeah, I mean, the play itself was critically divided, but it's Darren Aronofsky, so it has a chance to do very well, or it could be Mother. Actually, there's no way it can't be Mother. Just based on the premise alone, it can't. But
didn't you just try? I remember you tried to convince me that Mother was good at one.
It is good. I stand by that.
Oh God,
it's disturbing, but it's good.
Daniel, shut up. Your next thing.
Guy fucking pumped he pumped the screenplay out in a weekend. Don't you think any of that's a little bit half baked?
A little bit. Its portrayal of the Bible is definitely half baked. It's as a movie, not as much. Filmmaking what? Okay, I'm gonna go Bardo. Right. I'm gonna go Bardo on this one. This is Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu's new movie.
Okay, that's a good pick.
Which I'm like, I don't know. People died from COVID, but honestly, that might make critics respect it more.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's why it may not win Oscars, but it will do well critically because it.
What the fuck?
It's true though.
Unfortunately, died on this movie. Why am I laughing? This is horrible. Why am I laughing?
Yeah, people did die. They did not follow COVID regulations.
Oh my god. Okay, well, if they didn't follow COVID regulations, they're a bunch of idiots. But I mean, it is still a tragedy, but my god, man. Just, if you're working on a movie set during COVID, you need to follow COVID regulations.
Yeah.
Anyways. Alright, let's take it out here. Now it's my turn. Could you please scroll up to the TV section? I just want to take a look on there.
Mark my words. She-Hulk is being chosen. Just wait.
I would only choose it just for jokes, but I don't know. I'm not feeling that.
I feel like it's too early for jokes.
I mean, you already chose Reservations Dogs with a for sure 93. I think you can choose She-Hulk.
I could potentially
don't get cocky. Don't get cocky, kid.
There's one thing I will say. About She-Hulk. I don't think I'm gonna pick it, but I will say that if they turn fucking Daredevil into a quippy, like, jokester in that series, I'm gonna lose my shit because that is not how he is in the fucking.
Imagine
show.
if they made Daredevil
complete character assassination.
People think She-Hulk's gonna be, and they made She-Hulk like Daredevil, which is not gonna happen based on the trailers. But that'd be pretty funny if they made like the more serious character She-Hulk and then made the quippy guy Daredevil. That'd be kind of funny, honestly.
Oh God.
But it seems like the She-Hulk herself is going to be pretty quick. And she also breaks the fourth wall a lot as well, which is kind of interesting, you know? Yeah. I mean, for an MCU property, obviously we saw that with fucking Deadpool. So, I mean, it'll be kind of interesting to see that introduced in the MCU before Deadpool, you know, wipes his balls all over them. So that should be interesting. You know what? Anyways, I'm getting off topic here. I should pick a series or a movie. You know what? Ooh.
One.
Okay, which one do I want? You know what? You know what? I'm gonna go with Andor. Why not? It looks really good, honestly. I think it's probably gonna be the best shot Disney Plus Star Wars series aside from The Mandalorian. You know, I mean, because bloody Kenobi let me down a little bit. I mean, it was nice to see Hayden Christensen again, but I think he was underutilized. So.
All right.
But apparently he's getting a. Did you know that Hayden Christensen's getting a Saturn nomination for his performance in that show?
No, but that's interesting.
Yeah, I found it interesting to be honest. But anyways, make your pick.
Yeah, I'm personally okay. Actually, I need to. The score of this, I think this is what the score of this is. This is the new George Miller movie.
What is it, Jason? What do you want?
Now the name is called Andor. So where's the door? There's a door.
Hold on, the door. I actually have something for this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, wait, hold on. There, it's a drumstick.
I think I fixed it, right?
There you go.
This is the name of the show, right?
There you go. There you go.
I'm
glad I still have this thing.
Honestly, considering I think I took The White Lotus like third, and honestly, I'm not even sure if that got a good critic review for its first season, and it could be worse or better. I'm going to take my free Decision to Leave score, even though it's probably going to go down. Fair. Maybe. It might go down, or it could go up, because it's going to go to fall festivals, and more critics are going to see it, but I'm going to take my more sure pick. I don't think that Reservation Dogs score is going to change very much, though, which is good for you.
Yeah.
This is much more likely to fluctuate.
Yeah. I tell you what, the one thing I'm scared to touch on here is The Last of Us as well. Because you know what, I will say, I think a video game television adaptation is a better route than a video game movie, but like still, it's a video game adaptation, right? And I'm very wary of those because there hasn't been too many that have actually been, decent.
To be fair, like due to Sonic, they've been starting to get better rep now.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Like Sonic is definitely one of the outliers. I think they are the Sonic movies are by no means like amazing, definitely, but Jim Carrey elevates those movies to another level.
Like critically reviewed, so.
Yeah, honestly, the critics don't love it. The fans love those movies, which is good. I think that's what's most important.
True.
Because I think with the other ones, they were getting like a mediocre critical reception, and the fans of the games weren't happy, especially with like Assassin's Creed, which I think did horribly. What are you holding there?
It's just a hedgehog.
What are you holding there, Daniel?
I'm holding a hedgehog.
Oh my goodness.
I'm very stressed. I took the White Lotus. The White Lotus better have at least an 80, or I might have a panic attack. It's okay.
Don't be stressed. It's okay. Everything's gonna work out just fine.
Oh God. Okay.
Anyways, I'll make my choice. Do you think we should really draft all of these, man? This is a lot of stuff. I thought we only did a set amount for the last one.
I mean, I figure why not, honestly. I think it kind of makes it more exciting. We have more things to be invested in.
Dude, we're gonna sick more.
Hello?
We're gonna be here all night, though. That's the only problem. Yeah, like, I was just saying that. We're gonna be here all night if we run, like, the rest of these, because I've been up since 6 in the morning, and I'm getting quite tired. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, we can just speed run it, then.
You want me to join in?
I have a long day.
Pitch in.
I'll make my next choice. though.
What should we do?
We could also finish.
You know what? I might end up regret. Yeah, how about we both make one more pick each then?
Okay.
And then we'll finish later. Alright. Okay. So, you know what? I might end up regretting this, but fuck it. I'm gonna go Avatar Way of the Water. See what happens, man. I'm feeling dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my pick. If I could pick any, that's one of them.
That one's probably gonna backfire. Or maybe
okay.
we'll see. We'll see how much James Cameron has really put into this shit. Maybe it's gonna be the greatest movie of all time. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna take Babylon. I'm gonna take Damien Chazelle.
Taking the old city, huh?
Yeah.
The old city.
I mean, I don't know. If we just want to look at Damien Chazelle's record real quick, just to see what... I mean, okay, that's a 73. That's not...
73 average.
That's kind of low. Whiplash... Okay.
I think that...
Because he was a screenplay on The Last Exorcism Part 2. I guess that's why.
Yeah, okay.
Because everything else...
Really count.
Grand Piano, he also... Anything he's directed has at least an 80. All of his directing movies... 84, 94, 70... 88 and 83. So
you're hoping it's next La La Land is what I'm hearing. This is new La La Land.
New La La Land. Definitely more mature than La La Land. Apparently there is definitely going to be sex and drugs and Wolf of Wall Street type of stuff. Apparently.
In the movies?
Yeah.
Please. Oh my goodness. That sounds that sounds too risky. I don't know if that's going to work on screen, bro. Never been done before.
Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey.
No, I'm just...
Okay, wait.
I'm just joking.
What did the White Lotus get? Okay, 82. I'm okay. I'm alright with that. 82 is good.
Fine, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Alright. I don't have to panic anymore. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Well...
Yeah, I just wonder, how could they make a movie with sex in it if they don't include Ned Leeds from Spider-Man No Way Home, because he's the CEO of sex? I mean, he should at least be involved in some capacity. What the fuck?
He's there as an advisor, Aidan, don't worry.
Okay, alright, that's good. I trust your sources, Jason.
Alright,
well, of course,
we still have a bunch of stuff left, but we'll finish this up another time. When Aiden's not tired.
Well, I mean, I think it's probably... I mean, dude, this is a lot of fucking content. My goodness. Jesus, this is too much for one episode. We don't want to overwhelm our audience.
Yeah, we are... We definitely have... This is longer than Prey, I think, now.
Oh my god, no, it is.
This is longer than Prey now.
A tiny bit of editing, but not too much.
Yeah. Jeez. This is longer than Prey now. Yeah, with that in mind... Do we want to quickly figure out what we're going to talk about next week?
Sure. Yeah. What's coming up? Actually, do you want to do a TV show review?
We could. I mean, I'm down.
Because I kind of wanted to watch She-Hulk and see what you thought after the first episode. You know?
Yeah, sure. I also
could be interesting.
To watch, can I task you with watching at least the pilot?
Bodies. Is that the one?
Oh yeah. Are you gonna see that?
I want to. I'm just trying to figure. I could probably, or
I have seen it actually.
Counter. We could do bodies, and what's it called? Fucking Bullet Train. Because I have days next week when I can go see that shit.
Okay, I mean, I have seen Bodies already, so that's obviously much easier for me to talk about. Good. And I don't think I'm gonna see Bullet Train as much as I thought.
Maybe we can just do bodies, and then fucking talk about She-Hulk or something.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to task you with watching the pilot of Better Call Saul, or the first one. That's not really a pilot. It was already... I'm pretty sure...
Hey, you know what's fine. You know what,
watching
I'll do that.
The first episode of Better Call Saul.
Alright, so do you want to do...
I will rewatch
so wait, what do you want to do? Do you want to do the first episode of Better Call Saul, and then what? Bodies?
Yeah. I would... Let's shoot for that, and if you don't see Bodies, I'm pretty sure you'll see... I think we'll both end up seeing She-Hulk's pilot anyways, so we'll probably end up talking about that anyways.
No, I'm definitely gonna see Boys. There's a day next week when I think. Well, me and Desiree saw the trailer. I think we're both interested in watching that, so I'll probably go see it with her.
All right. Well,
so maybe I'll just watch Bullet Train by myself.
Bodies.
Either.
And yeah. I mean, I might. I won't watch Bullet Train if I'm being honest. The only new movie else coming out is an Idris Elba movie where a lion's hunting him. Which I don't.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I don't know.
There's other things I can watch, for sure. But yeah. Anyways, this has been definitely one of the episodes of Dead Film Critics Society. I think definitely one of the longer ones. I think, because I'm trying to think. I think our first episode back was maybe this was the only other one that was this close to being this freaking long. I'm like looking.
Oh, there's a copyright claim on one of our videos?
Oh, yeah, there is.
What did they copyright us for?
The music that I used in the beginning.
What music did you use?
It's, called Change of the Guard by Kamasi Washington. It's from Atlanta. Like, it's used in Atlanta, but it's like, yeah, studio, you know. It is what it is. Yeah. This was also partially blocked because I think why was this partially blocked? Not that there. Oh yeah, because I included the teaser trailer. No, it was because I used the theme from. I've been using this every episode, I swear. Anyways, whatever. Yeah, the other one, hour 42 for Top Gun Maverick when we came back. Wait, no, this was our first episode back. Which only. Yeah. So, yeah, good stuff.
Sweet. All right, well, we've got our thing for next week. Jason, always a pleasure to see you. I'll see you on Sunday. I'll give you some more details about the plan as I know. No, I'm not going to leave you hanging. Don't worry. Like, this is something like I'm going to do. It will be done.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Jason, for talking about Prey with us and withstanding.
Yes, thank you, Jason.
Way too long Metacritic shenanigans. More like mine, honestly.
I just can't believe none of you chose Way Out the Water until the very end. Like, come on.
Okay, I mean, you're gonna make me do this, but the Metacritic score for the first Avatar was 83. Okay, that's pretty good. It was an 83.
Yeah.
I thought it was worse. I thought it changed. It's an 83. That's good. It had universal acclaim. Had 4 mixed reviews, which is expected. But I honestly expect more for this one. But we'll have to see, won't we?
Yes, we will.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of the Dead Film Critics Society podcast. I'm your co-host, Daniel Lang, of Reviewing. Nope Review coming soon. And
it's your boy, Skinny Penis. No, actually, sorry, it's Aidan. I used to run a page on Instagram.
And 18 minutes. Logging out. Exiting the pussy now.
Yeah.
I'm working on 6 hours.
This is why I'm afraid of white people. Okay, bye.